Hi, awesome gamers, what's trending today? I hope that you guys are doing fine. And to satisfy your game review craving, we have brought you another episode of game reviews, specially for you guys. And the game is called Monster Legends by Social Point. Let's get to it, guys. Okay, some reviews are almost impossible to do without making direct references to other games. Monster Legends is one of those, as the free-to-play Facebook game owes more than just a little debt of gratitude to a certain Nintendo-backed IP that starts with a P. The difference is you will be breeding your own monsters instead of catching them, and while it's not the kind of game that's going to have mass appeal, or maybe it will, it's enjoyable enough for what it is. And backstory? Oh well, Monster Legends is a multiplayer role-playing game where you raise an army of monsters from unhatched eggs into formidable fighters, preparing your beasts for the battlefield from the outset. And guys, and of course, you all know what I say about role-playing games. They are literally the best and are oftentimes trending and very much in demand. No matter whatever the time is, role-playing games will forever dominate the market and will forever be in demand, especially those with high in-game progression factors, and definitely this is one of those games. So, with hundreds of monsters available, each with a unique skill set, might I add, and the ability to breed and create new hybrid species, sorry guys, excuse my voice, virtually every player in this robust role-playing game commands their elite force. Fortunately, to start this game, you are given an egg to get you going and some premium currency to speed through the steps of hatching and feeding it. Congrats! You're now the proud mom or dad of your very own monster. Of course, it needs a habitat to live in, food to help it grow, which can be grown on the farms, by the way, with an investment of some basic currency. Basic currency here I'm talking about is gold, guys. And of course, time and some companionship. Yes, there's that. The motto here could be gotta breed them all instead of gotta catch them all. Sorry guys, I just seriously gotta stop with the references here. Except that might sound a little too risky. Bad jokes aside, all basic monsters have an elemental type, plus thunder, which isn't an element, but hey, that counts for something. Anyways, an elemental type that defines their special abilities and determines what kind of habitat in which they can live, in which they can survive. So yes, there's that. Also, an interesting fact is that by breeding two types of monsters, say an earth and a fire monster, the resulting egg will produce a monster that has abilities from both elements and can live in either one of the habitats. So you don't have to care much about it. Breeding is simple. Just drag the two monsters onto the breeding ground structure and let the magic happen. Yay, wait for it, guys. Anyways, the game does not even seem to care what the gender the parents are. As Dr. Ian Malcolm might say, life finds a way. Other tasks on the home front include clearing rocks and trees and meteorites to make room for more structures. So yeah, there's pretty much a lot of things you have to do, like all of those role-playing games out there, guys. Unfortunately, here's a drawback. You can only have one worker performing a task at a time, unless you spring for some premium currency, which obviously is not free. So yes, that's it. Also, the habitats and the farms can also be upgraded, though doing so gets expensive in terms of gold and time. Gold is basic currency here, guys. It almost feels like the game is daring you to spend some real money. Like, bro, you gotta spend it at some time. Like, do it. I'm challenging you. So yes, there's that. And once you have gotten a few monsters on hand, the next step is to load them onto your airship and send them to a chain of islands where they will do battle with the bad monsters. Yes, guys, like you raise your cute little monsters and then they have to combat against bad monsters. So yeah. Okay, combat is a matter of picking which attacks or abilities to use, like most of those RPGs, with the meter at the time showing the order in which the monsters are due to act. So, which is extremely easy for the newbies as well. It's easy for the newbies to adapt the game because, like, there are guides and things that will, guide you. Yes, that did not make sense, but you get my point. Okay, every ability has its own animation, which is super cool, super cool. Though, except for the specials that you can only use sparingly, these tend to be pretty basic. Every 5th battle or so is against an especially tough boss. What strategy there is revolves around the rock, paper, scissors dynamic between the elements. Yes, rock, paper, scissors. That's where the dual element monsters come in handy. Because if your enemies are resistant to fire, that's at least what I tested, maybe an earth attack will work instead. Abilities also cost stamina. Yes, though consumables can help with healing or energy replenishment in a pinch. Victories earn experience for you guys. Yes, earn experience points, by the way, not just experience points for both you and your monster, as well as potential gold or resources based on, a random spin wheel. Both XP and food aid in leveling up monsters, which is helpful, and they learn new abilities as they advance. So that's an in-game progression factor, which is super cool. By the way, an interesting fact is that they also physically grow and transform at regular intervals, giving them a bit of extra personality beyond the fairly generic brand art. So that's a very, very good thing. It's also nice that they come with names. I remember one of my starting monsters was dubbed JJ. So, like, here's the question, guys. I know you all have been waiting for this. Here is the question that I know most parents would have. Can their child play this game? The answer is Monster Legends is rated 9+ on the store due to the presence of occasional cartoon violence, meaning that children under the age of 9 should not play the game. Although it does have a younger vibe to it in terms of animation style, some of the advanced gameplay combined with the vast compendium of creatures, items, skills and stats attracts adults as well. So maybe keep an eye on your child if you decide to give them their iPad or tablet to, with this game. Yeah. So yes, and there's more, of course. We are not over yet. Like the usual social features and the option to challenge other players once you reach level 10, but it's nothing you haven't seen before on Facebook. So yeah, Monster Legends is a kind of, how do I put it? It's a kind of by the numbers form of entertainment that works if you dig the theme and probably gives you no real joy if you don't. And as it turns out, it really was possible to talk about it completely on its own merits. Sweet. Anyways, this was it for today's video. I sincerely hope that you guys had enjoyed this review and loved or will love playing this awesome game. Make sure to come back and leave your feedback and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. Also, last but not the least, subscribe to our channel, guys, and press the bell icon to get updates whenever we upload a game review. Thank you and take care of yourself.